Shalom, shalom. Call all y'all by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the brothers and hopefully elect out there that pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This video is going to be make sure you have nothing to lose. Because in this truth and in this word, you need to make sure you're not attached to the things of this world in order to be in the correct mind state in which you need to not only be in the ministry, but, push this word out, teach day in and day out, week in and week out, be able to prophesy, be able to be occupied in the prophecies, and be able to teach. All right. You have to make sure that you're not attached to anything. Make sure you have nothing to lose, because when the time comes and your faith is truly tested, if you're attached to anything in this earth, or you're worried about losing anything in this earth, that could cause you to fall out. And I'm going to get a few scriptures on that. This is Luke chapter 14 and starting at verse 26. It says, "If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." So that was a prerequisite. If you think about jobs or even classes, that was a prerequisite to being a disciple of Yahushua. You have to put off, or you have to hate. Not a physical hatred like I hate you, not like that as an anger, but you can't put anything above this ministry. You can't put anything above the Most High. Whether it be your father, your mother, your wife, children, brethren, or sisters, and even your own self. You cannot put anything above the Most High power, Yahweh. All right. You have to be willing to lose those things, even those people, your family. All right. Not saying that you want to lose them, but you have to be able to, be able to deal with if they don't want to, be in the trenches with, if they don't want to continue on with you or even listen to anything that you have to say, or they give you up, you have to be willing to continue in this ministry and move forward. All right. "And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?" You got to count the cost before you enter into this ministry. You got to count the cost. Is this something that you can continue on? Is this something that you're willing to bear through? Because you can't put your hand to the plow and look back. All right. "Least happily, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that he behold, it began to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish." You don't want to be mocked. You don't want to not finish it if you start it out. You want to continue it. All right. Let's see, it's going to be Matthew chapter 19. Verse 27. Matthew 19 and 27. "Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?" So what is your gift? We giving all this up. We giving up our mothers, fathers, children, wives, brothers, land, even our own life. We not worried about trying to prosper here in this kingdom. What we gonna receive for it? Peter was asking Yahushua that. And verse 28. Yahushua said unto them, "Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." He will make you judges. All right. He will make you great. He'll give you a great office, great power. The things you have seen Yahweh do, you shall do them things and better and greater. All right. He will make you great. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. You can't beat that. You're going to receive 100. For whatever you lost here, you'll get it back in the kingdom times 100. You can't beat that. All right? You got to be willing to give it up. Make sure you're willing to sacrifice. Make sure you're willing to let go. All right? Don't get too attached to things. Because once again, you gotta remember, these things are going to perish. But this word won't perish. This truth won't perish. His promises won't perish. All right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. We're entering into that time. You need to make sure you be in this word and continue in this word, because it will be the only thing that keep you stable. All right, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength and salvation. All right. Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. There will have to be some martyrs. Some people are going to die. All right. Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. So, your family is a chance that they're going to betray you. It's a chance they're going to hate you. If they don't hate you already. It's a chance they're going to give you up. Deliver you up to be afflicted. All right? And it says, and shall kill you. Now, there will be martyrs. There will be ones that die, that perish, you know. But once again, the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. So they got the first. They're gonna be first on the chariot. All right. You cannot lose. Being in this truth, being under Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you cannot lose. You either give it up here, and you get it in the kingdom, or you lose it, or you have it here and have less in the kingdom, or lose it in the kingdom. All right? But if you give it up here, you already losing. We're under the curses. You're already losing. You're already not winning. So, once again, what is there to really give up? All right? We're in a win-win situation. Having this truth, you're in a win-win situation. You cannot lose. All right? This is John chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. All right? The world hated Yahushua. And all he did was bring the truth. And was attempting to bring salvation unto his people. You know, the lost sheep. But the world hated him for it. Because it was contrary to what they were used to. They did not want to give up the things of this world in order to achieve the things or gain the things for the kingdom of heaven. All right? Because you have to have a spiritual eye to really see that. You have to have a spiritual eye to know that what's the things here is not going to last. The things here is going to perish. Because we can see it. But the people of the world can't see it. They can't fathom it. It's all a fairy tale to them. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because you know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. They not had sinned, Salakia. But now they have no cloak for their sins, because they've heard the word. They got it. It's been given unto them. All right? But they rejected it. He that hateth me hateth the Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not sinned. They had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. But this cometh to pass that the word might be fulfilled, that is written in their law, they hated me without cause. And ultimately, whatever the word of the Most High he put out, the word that he's spoken, every single word is going to be fulfilled. All right? No matter what. Every word is going to be fulfilled. No, he does not change. His word does not fail. But remember, the things that Yahushua experienced and how he was persecuted, we're not above him. Matter of fact, he's above us. So the least we could do is to go through the straight gate in which he went through. He went through the straight gate. He went through those double straights. He went through those hard, rigorous times. All right? We could definitely do the same thing for him. He offered up that sacrifice unto us. Why can't we offer up our make our bodies a living sacrifice unto him? All right. 2 Ezra chapter 9, starting at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. All these things are happening right now. These are all signs and wonders. All right. The Most High has kicked it into another gear, a higher gear. All right. The signs and effects and wonders and works and all these things are happening at a more rapid rate. So people that are saying, oh, this didn't happen before, all these things that happened before. Yeah, some things may have happened before, but they haven't happened at this great or this high rate. All right. And not only that, along with that, you have the true children of the Most High waking up to who they are, along with these signs happening. That has never happened in history. All right. Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. You got to go through it. You got to go through it. All right. You got to be able to give it all up. Shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. You got to believe it. You have to believe these words that are written in this book. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. They got their rewards on this side and didn't know the Lord. And they that have loathed my law, while they yet while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. All right? If you don't get it now, adversity gonna teach you. The Apostle Gabar always says. All right? If you don't get it now, adversity gonna teach you. That fire, you have to go through that fire. Either way, you got to go through that fire. You need to go through the fire of adversity or the literal fire. Whichever one you want. You got to go through the fire. Everyone has to go through the fire. All right? You cannot go through that. You cannot go through it without going through the fire. Verse 13. And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Don't worry about what the wicked are doing. Don't worry about the ungodly are doing. All right? You need to be worried about us, how you gonna get out of here. You know? Worry about you making the right sacrifice for you to be able to get out of here. Why? This is why. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, meaning by the skin of your teeth, you're going to barely make it out of here. Where shall the ungodly and sinner appear? They ain't going to make it. All right? But the righteous going to barely make it. Okay? You got to be able to give all this stuff up. Because in the end, it's not worth it. I'm going to show you why. Because in the end, it's not going to prosper. This is Job 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. The wicked wants to, bring about their new world order and their RFID microchip, and you're going to have to take the chip if you want to continue to be a part of their society or this kingdom. But you got to be willing to give all of that up. Everything you have, you got to be willing to give it up, and allow the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to perform his miracles and to bring you out, to preserve you. Like he said, he's going to preserve you from the said perils. You got to believe it. You have to believe it. All right? Because they're not going to prosper. Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. He has a limit on what he can do that he can't go past. He wants to be like the Most High. Actually, I believe he wants to be the Most High. He wants to erase everything that he's done and, and create what he wants to create. All right? But you got to be willing to give everything up because everything that he's creating is not worth anything. It's going to be burned up. Ashes. Fervent heat. Hot. All right? This is Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while you give up this truth to stay in the world and prosper in this world and eat and fill your own belly, you're going to cast his wrath and fury upon you because you're going to be thrust through because you're going to be joined hand in hand with him. So you're going to be thrust through with him. But Most High going to cast his fury upon him. And it shall rain while you eating, while you feeling good, living great, in this new world order. He going to rain his fury upon you. All right. That's all I had on that. So I just want to say you got to be willing to give all this stuff up because it's not worth it anyway. You got to be in a position where you have nothing to lose. All right. Yahushua was when he was talking about hating your life, hating your family, forsaking all, and the world hating you. He was putting you up on game. He was trying to put you in a mind frame to be able to understand that if you forsake your life, you forsake all, you hate your life, hate all these things, put it aside, you will be in a better mind state to be able to give up those things. All right? So with that, shalom.